2024 Tesla Cybertruck first look, really here, really looks like that. It's been 4 years since Tesla announced the bonkers Cybertruck, and finally it's here. Tesla's Cybertruck has been one of the most hyped vehicles in recent memory, having landed like some kind of extinction-level asteroid amid a mostly static and boring truck market way back in 2019. This was before the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1T, the Chevrolet Silverado EV, the Ram 1500 REV, or the GMC Hummer EV had seen the light of day or gone on sale. Since then, all of those trucks have debuted and reached paying customers' driveways. Meanwhile, the wild stainless steel-bodied, doorstop-shaped Cybertruck suffered through myriad production challenges and delays, even morphing from its original design as the realities of building pickup trucks in this century closed in on this truck seemingly sent back from some dystopian future. At long last, the Tesla Cybertruck has been finalized, production is in swing, and the truck is making its way to customers. First announced nearly to the same week 4 years ago, the Cybertruck has been both lauded and castigated throughout its long and very public gestation for its controversial looks and huge promises. So, what does the actual production Cybertruck look like, and which of the original, big, promises for it were kept? Tri Motor power. While we knew the first Cybertruck was going to get all-wheel drive, we didn't know its true layout until today. The pickup will use a triple motor setup with a single 300 HP motor up front with an electromechanical locking differential, plus a pair of motors on the rear axle, each driving a single wheel, so no need for a differential, for a total of up to 845 HP. The electronic locking front diff is a first for Tesla, and we wonder if it will allow for the driver to selectively lock it when needed or if it'll be fully automatic. The dual rear motors aren't unusual. Tesla's own Model S sedan and Model X SUV use them in their Plaid variants, and they enable instant torque vectoring and finer control over each wheel's speeds, a boon off-road. Again, this is welcome, if not a new feature. We've seen this with the GMC Hummer EV and Rivian R1T. That 845 HP maximum output is reserved for Beast mode, its most powerful setting made for off-roading and performance driving, in the range-topping Cyber Beast trim. At full power, that allows the Cybertruck to accelerate to 60 miles per hour in less than 3.0 seconds, according to Tesla, and helps it outgun a Porsche 911 in the quarter mile while towing a 911 behind it, Tesla CEO Elon Musk says. If true, that's impressive for the claimed 6,843-pound curb weight of the Cyber Beast specification, which places it about 50 pounds lighter than the 2024 Ford F-150 Lightning Platinum, 6,900 pounds, and far less than the 8,976-pound 2024 GMC Hummer EV SUT with its tri-motor setup. Tesla says the Cybertruck will also have up to 11,000 pounds of towing capacity with the Cyber Beast and AWD specifications, while the standard RWD version will only be able to tow up to 7,500 pounds. The standard AWD spec will weigh in at 6,603 pounds and produce a maximum of 600 HP with a 4.1 second 0-60 mph time. Tesla says these trucks offer up to 2,500 pounds of payload capacity, too. Towing and payload figures for the entry-level, rear-drive model are forthcoming, as it won't appear until 2025 at the earliest. Battery power plant. It remains to be seen how towing will affect the estimated driving ranges quoted by Tesla for the various Cybertruck models. The forthcoming $60,990 rear-drive base model is estimated to go 250 miles per charge and get from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.5 seconds. All-wheel drive models are claimed to go 340 miles per charge and reach 60 miles per hour in 4.1 seconds, while the Cyber Beast is said to reach 60 miles per hour in 2.6 seconds, on a prepped surface, without a rollout, and go 320 miles per charge. The battery is also capable of 11.5 kilowatts of bidirectional power, so you can use your Cybertruck as a rolling generator for your home. If you're away from home, you can use the integrated 120-volt and 240-volt outlets thanks to its newest battery architecture. The Cybertruck will use the new V3 supercharger capable of 250 kilowatts, and you'll get 128 to 136 miles of range added in just 15 minutes. If you need more power, it looks like Tesla will offer a mysterious range extend, which adds just over 120 miles of range on the Cyber Beast configuration and just over 130 miles on the standard AWD. On X, formerly Twitter, A Tesla employee suggested this extender comes in the form of a toolbox-sized battery, not a gas-fed generator like that on the upcoming Ram 1500 Ramcharger pickup. It's smaller in person. The first thing we noticed is that the actual production Cybertruck is much smaller than the prototype we saw in 2019 and the early example that was displayed during the Tesla exhibit at the Peterson Automotive Museum. The prototype was a larger truck with a taller suspension and even taller tires. The production truck is not only lower to the ground but also physically smaller. It's even more in line with the Ford F-150, coming in at 223.7 inches long, 70.5 inches tall, and at most 80.0 inches wide, without its door mirrors, though folded that still puts the width at 86.6 inches. Why at most? Federal regulations dictate anything wider has extra marker lights on the roof. The Cybertruck lacks those, so we figure it tops out at the same 80-inch width as most other full-size pickups. The suspension consists of an adaptive air suspension system, just like other upper-level Tesla models, but Beast Mode will give the Cybertruck up to 17 inches of ground clearance, according to Tesla. Based on the Cybertruck order page, it looks like that's only for extract mode, but still. The tires are unique sidewall Goodyears on the larger wheel. We've also seen that an 18-inch wheel will be optional for the Cybertruck, potentially to provide more sidewall for off-road tires. The stock tire will be made by Goodyear with a 35-inch overall diameter on 20-inch wheels. The Cybertruck has fit and it has finish. One of the leading storylines coming into the Cybertruck's production reveal has been the shoddy-looking build quality of the multitudes of prototypes spotted in the wild. In the context of Tesla's past issues with fit and finish on its other models, as well as the obvious challenges the stainless steel bodywork poses for manufacturing, this seemed damning. Then again, most other automakers' test mules and prototypes aren't endlessly dissected for indications of build quality and ridiculed, and only the final product matters. This being the final product, it appears as though Tesla made great strides in the Cybertruck's fit and finish, though it isn't known whether the trucks shown at the debut event were specially prepped or line-fresh builds typical of those later customers will see. We just don't know. From what we could see on the first trucks delivered to customers, there are still some wavy panels and odd joints between body panels, but again, much improved over the prototypes we've been seeing for years. On a Cybertruck we inspected in person at a local Tesla showroom, some of these imperfections are rather glaring. We also found panel misalignments and gaps around the A-pillars where it meets the fenders, between the fender and the front nose panel, and many other panels. Massive mono-blade wiper, pointy mirrors, and more. The Cybertruck is also sticking with a mono-blade wiper mounted to the driver's side of the windshield. This is easily one of the largest wiper blades your author has seen, including their time as a technician and servicing used Mercedes-Benz cars with their famous centralized mono wiper. It needs to be large to wipe across the entire windshield, and the good news for Tesla techs is that you won't need to remove and replace the glass to replace the wiper motor, as there is a panel to access it. That means there is a round cutout on the driver's side of the windshield with a matching one on the passenger side, potentially allowing for RHD models to get its blade placed there if there will be any, that is. We're also curious about just how well the triangular mirrors will work on the Cybertruck. Just from what we were able to see on the L.A-based truck, the steep angle it forms when terminating to the outside of the mirror offers a potential blind spot when using them. Yes, we know that Tesla is using a camera system for FSD and autopilot, and you'll have vision of what's around you when looking at the screen. But if the mirrors are going to be there, as required by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, at least make them useful. These mirrors will also extend outward and make the standard 86.6-inch maximum width grow to 95 inches for towing. Speaking of useless mirrors, the interior rearview mirror is absolutely tiny. We wonder just how useful it will be considering that the Cybertruck is meant to be driven with the tonneau cover closed. It's possible the mirror is a screen, like how GM trucks have been optioning out their interior rearview mirror. With a camera on the tailgate of the Cybertruck, this isn't out of the realm of possibility. If you're thinking the angular glass roof could allow it to be used as a traditional interior mirror, think again. It terminates on the same line of sight as the interior rearview mirror. The issues of such an angular roof. It also looks like roof and cargo racks are planned for the Cybertruck. We could see removable panels on the outer edges of the roof and bedsides, marking provision.